Welcome, and I have to tell you sincerely, thank you so much for stopping by today's video, my fellow fans of Clash of Clans. Now, you know it's Galadon, you know I have been known as the biggest, dirtiest gemmer of all time in Clash of Clans, and if this video were several years ago, we would just talk about buying everything possible, gemming to max the entire Halloween event, and making sure that we get all of the decorations. However, since 2019, I've been running, of course, you know, if you're subscribed to the channel, no cash Clash of Clans, which is pretty much the exact opposite of this account. Yes, my main account has gemmed every update since Town Hall 11 to max, and of course, we buy all of the packages that we can possibly get our hot little hands on in preparation for Town Hall 16, and also we are making sure that we buy all of the decorations that are available for mashup medals. But since many more players are free to play than are gem to max, let's spend the bulk of today's episode talking about getting the most out of your mashup medals. Now, you may have followed the channel long enough to know that the maximum mashup medals in this whole Halloween Clashoween season is 5,150 plus 150 bonus medals and a little tiny bit of sour elixir if you use that creator link that you may have seen every single content creator out there trying to share. It's the same link from everybody. You can only use it once per account, but every single one of your accounts, find that link, click on it, and it will add 150 mashup medals. So your maximum, without spending any money, is 5,300 medals. Now, I'm not going to put that link in the comments here today, but oh, maybe I will. Okay, fine. It's on my Twitter/X, but I'll also go ahead and put it down in the comments if I remember. If not, you can always follow me on Twitter/X, and you will see it as one of my recent tweets. Okay, so now I'm putting down all of the cool stuff on my main account, which of course I had to get. Now, the great thing about having 40 accounts is I don't have any urge to do this on any of my other accounts. I'm happy with just one account having all of the cool stuff. So the Galadon, the main account, the $75,000 account now has all of that stuff. And then I think as of the recording of this episode, we have 3 Sinister Saplings so far. But let's pop on over to No Cash Clash of Clans that you may have already seen did finish the reward track. So we have the Sour Elixir Cauldron as a permanent decoration. We have the 5,150 mashup medals, and this is where I'm going to talk about there's several different routes that you could take to use the mashup medals and satisfy your urges. Obviously, a lot of players are going to want the Ghost Queen. It's a legendary skin. I believe it's maybe the only legendary skin that's free to play since I think it was the Pixel King, perhaps. But the best value overall is, of course, the Rune of Elixir, because it's slightly cheaper than the Rune of Gold. But the combinations of mashup medals required for a lot of this stuff leaves free-to-play players feeling sad because, of course, you cannot get the rune and the queen skin. You're going to have to make a decision one way or the other. Now, if you found that link, the link will take you straight into the game, and then you just click on claim and you'll pick up that additional 150 mashup medals. And I believe it was like 3,500 sour elixir, which really isn't much considering that as of this point, all of the elixir storages have gone sour, and you can grab 10,000 sour elixir easily in one raid. This account, of course, went full try hard and completed it on the first day, which was, well, technically about 4 times harder because you only had 1 sour elixir storage. Okay, so on the free-to-play account, my choice was to go after, of course, the Rune of Elixir for 2780, and then it could vary based upon the state that your base is in, but for me, I feel like the best value is the Books of Heroes. Of course, I already had a Book of Heroes, so I had to use that first. Using that first, we went to the Grand Warden, spent the elixir to get him underway, and yes, of course, we're still brand new to Town Hall 15, but always excited to get my heroes done as early as possible. So there's my book that was already in my magic item storage. So we've used that one, so now we can pick up one more. So we go back over and, okay, claim, and then to trader, and then we scroll down and we find the Book of Heroes. 980 for a Book of Heroes. And you'll notice there's 3 in inventory, the same with all of the other books that are available. And of course, if you're free to play, you cannot get a skin and a book, or a rune rather. You can't get a skin and a rune. Actually, you can't even, basically you can only get the skin and that's about it. So let's talk about the different setups that will make it the most meaningful mashup medals for you. If you care about skins, about looks, then I would suggest going for the Queen skin for 4,650 mashup medals, then pick up the wall rings for 490 mashup medals. The remainder, 150, can buy you 900,000 gold and elixir. Next up, B, is what I call the hybrid. Buy a rune of elixir, then buy that beautiful Hoggy Wise statue for 825, then a Book of Heroes or one decoration for about the same price, wall rings, and then spend the remainder on gold or elixir again. And finally, option C, the one I call absolute advancement. This is what I used. 1 rune of elixir, 2 books of heroes, the wall rings, and then the rest on gold and elixir. This is probably the best way for free-to-play players that just want to get through it, gosh darn it. They just want to advance and grab as much free stuff as possible. This is what I did here, and so that was me out there raiding to get enough dark elixir in order to upgrade my Archer Queen to level 83. So there we go, she's on her way to 83. Now she's going to be done with 83, and now we can go back, spend that other bulk of the mashup medals on the other Book of Heroes. And again, you could choose a Book of Building perhaps instead. I'm just going with the heroes because most of us have a lot of hero levels no matter what town hall level you are currently in. Okay, so that's the second Book of Heroes. Then we're going to pick up the wall rings, and then the remainder is going to end up going into walls anyway, but you just buy it here in gold or elixir. Use that to get the wall upgrades. That's what I'm doing because remember, I'm still a tiny bit rushed over on the free-to-play account. So feel free to go back, check those 3 scenarios out that I posted. I feel like those are different ways that you can do it. Obviously, you're going to have to sit down with a pen and paper if you want to figure out a combination of decorations and resources or books. It's not going to be easy, but I gave you 3 hypothetical situations, and those of us that go for absolute advancement can be envious of your beautiful Ghost Queen skin. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to use that link down in the pinned comments. And thank you, as always, for sticking around all the way to the end of today's episode. You are the true #Galafam. Now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks or on kick.com/Galadon.
Galadon, I want a haunted gym box with my medals. Can I have one, please?